Oh boy. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to brunch. I've been excited for this one. I don't know why, actually. As I said in our early intro, I don't know what my wife has to leave around 1 p.m. I need to get her a rental car. Whenever she wakes up, I do want to spend that last hour or two with her because she's going to be gone for 2 weeks. So this could be an hour long. This could be 2 hours long. It's probably not going to go to the 3 hour long mark. And Xander is going to be most certain that we are not going to get to draw with Egnards. With that said, because I'm going to be bored all night, I probably am also going to do a bonus GAC stream later in the later in the night, so you get your daily dose, your extra dose of Egnards today, depending. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Missed an intro. I didn't miss an intro. We hit the starting soon. We hit the intro button. We hit the thank you button. I got all of them. Every single one of them went through. Now, next week, hopefully, we are going to have a brand new brunch only intro. Moonborn's been working on it. It was supposed to be done this weekend, but apparently today is the feast of Saint Nicholas, or yesterday. Well, I had to give him the day off to celebrate with his family. And maybe if you bug him on Discord, he'll send you the most amazing picture of him dressed up like German Santa to hand out candies. I cannot give you that picture, but it was so worth releasing him from the shackles for the night. We also have another surprise that we are going to unveil next weekend, but that's a surprise. I don't want to talk. I'm excited for it, and we'll see what happens at that point. So we're going to try to get right into this today. Let's pop into the game. Which is not loading up because, of course, there it is. Perfect. Get my PC pack. Now, I'm a little bit annoyed against Caw in TW, and I had a really busy day at work yesterday, and I completely forgot to set defenses. And I'm not going to get enough banners to get TW rewards. I have 3 battles. My Leia lost to an Ahsoka because couldn't delete Drogon, and it was just this whole crazy stupid thing. So I'm hoping that maybe my guild gets through here, so that I can hopefully get those rewards. It's fine. What am I missing? 1 droid brain. Everything else is kind of who gives a shit, right? Good morning, Daniel. Well, all right, let's just get into Conquest, and then we can chat, right? I'm a little bit annoyed with Conquest because I have been trying to get datacrons, and I have had the worst drop rate on datacrons for this set. And I've been doing things and doing things and doing things and doing things. And the last, I think, 20 battles, I haven't been able to get anything. 3 battles, I won 1 battle, Robbie. And I think I've got 19 at this point. I can't get an attacker cron. I've only gotten 1 cron. That's 1 attacker cron. Everything else is shit. And I learned something really annoying in GAC. Morning, Shadow. Go to sleep, dude. It's like 5 in the morning for you. I lost my last GAC because I did this round while at work. And I learned that, where is it? This one. That if you throw Profundity against Executor auto with Rogue One, it is not an auto win. Learned that yesterday. Kind of pissed me off. I've won every other battle on auto with Profundity versus Executor, except for the one that it mattered. And I lost this entire match specifically. And then when I went into to clear it again with an offhand, my buff dispel missed. It just completely whiffed. So that really also pissed me off. I hope the stream didn't stop. According to this, the stream is still going. Let's see. Let's find out. According to my tube, it says the stream is still running. This is awkward. Let's find out. Let's see on my end. It's buffered a few times. Who wants to sponsor my internet? Do I buy the rerolls every charge up currency? I do not, because I'm just gonna do it or not. I don't care if it's bad banners, Con Warlock. I was at work, right? I was at work. I was rushing through my GAC. I was just trying to get it done. It was the only way I was going to get my GAC done, was in between classes, doing a battle here and there. And that specific battle was, okay, this is an easy win. I can put this on and be completely fine. And it just didn't work. I'm annoyed. Let's get to Conquest, shall we? Offering is about today. I honestly don't. I wouldn't do it on auto knee if you need the win. Sadly, I'm upset about it. I'm very upset about it. Now Conquest is at 12. I mean, listen, I don't like Conquest, but it's not. I find it to be so easy. It's just something that can be quickly done. It's a chore. It's a pain that it's a chore. But otherwise, I guess I'm just so beaten back more. My goodness, your skills are quite incredible. I would definitely not mind upgrading my internet. I tried to upgrade it a few weeks ago, but in order to upgrade it, we actually have to come out and upgrade your line. I was like, oh my god. Why every single Conquest? Why are you not simming if you have Red Crate? Because it's brunch. Later today I will sim. Yesterday I simmed. Friday I simmed. Thursday I simmed. Monday I simmed. Last Saturday I simmed. Tomorrow, I will also sim. But it's brunch, so we don't sim during brunch. We do it during brunch. What if they reduce the amount of zones and feats? The problem is that the Conquest is intended to make them money, right? The goal of Conquest is to make the money. So when it comes down to it, if they want to make money, they have to make it like annoying and a pain in the ass. But they also have to make it like worth doing and like easy enough to not hate it. Draw my Conquest fights. Fuck my life. My goodness, your skills are quite incredible. Have I even gotten it? Don't even know. What I do know is I'm getting through this this quest that I didn't actually really need to get through at all. Ray, anything that goes on defense is obviously I did my R10 with Jar Jar. I just wanted to have fun with my R10. I really would like more R10s. I would like to do the whole Gungan team. I would like to do Wampa. I think all of my R10s are going to be shit tier R10. So I'd like to do the Gungans. I'd like to do Wampa to piss off Fat Phil. I'd like to do Marin because Marin's my one true love. I think it's going to be a while before good R10. You know who's been doing a lot better on defense? Seriously, no datacrons are dropping. My Lord Vader has been getting a lot more holds now, with everybody being Relic 10 and having really good mods. And I've noticed that people have been trying to send in their normal counters, and it's just not working for them. Well, Shadow, I've got my next 2 weeks available. Next week is kind of crazy. I have a meeting with one of us, my other favorite members, on Tuesday. Wednesday, Zeta Protocol. Thursday, I might be on Scoundrels. More time. Speaking of Phil, him and I spent, I think Discord said 250 hours in voice chats together last year. And sent over 6,000 messages. Because, and he was my sidekick for last year. Any talks with Phil planned? I want to. I want to have a talk with Phil. Oh, thank you. I got one of them. I want to have a talk with Phil over the next 2 weeks while we're away, or while she's away. Next week is just really hard pressed, but I already did tell him, and he's had some ideas for different things that he wants to do. So Phil and I will probably see some Phil and I antics next week or the week after. Yeah, I used Maz, Quiggle, and SM33, and my SM33 literally just deleted Lord Vader. It was kind of beautiful to watch. Like, just exploded Vader, and I loved watching it. 50 pirates and the version of Ezra. Yes, so for those of you that don't know the story, you don't know the context, my wife hates beards. My wife hates mustaches. I have always wanted to grow one. I never could in my younger years because it would take like 2 weeks for me to have enough facial hair to shave, which has changed as have gotten older. So I generally keep it clean shaven. Because she's going to be gone for 2 weeks, I figured let's just see how much I can grow in those 2 weeks. Who knows? Maybe I won't be able to. Maybe this will be embarrassing for me. But I do not plan to shave, at least until she gets back. We're gonna just see. We're gonna see where the facial hair takes us. We're gonna find out. It's got a little bit of like a crispness to it now, but it's still very light. Dan, why are you... Chat, come on. Then I gotta go to Discord and read. Don't do that to me. It makes a man shave. It does. Though I got this nice trimmer. She got a sample from a vendor of like all these products, and she got me this nice trimmer that has made shaving so much easier. I don't have to like, it's just raw dogged it. But it still has made my life quicker. What are we unlocking? Ooh, Ahsoka. He unlocking Ahsoka, bitch. Can I also say, so there's this chat with a bunch of the creators and Discords, and I've been hearing from other creators about toxicity in their streams and ridiculousness. And I appreciate that, although Slice of Otagunga can sometimes be a hellhole, you guys don't bring it to the stream, and I appreciate that. This is like a nice, fun, relaxed time for everybody, and that makes me happy. So thank you, everybody. Roster reviews. Egnards is having a break. And no, listen, Shadow, okay? Just so you guys know, I know everybody texts me about Paw Patrol. Yesterday, and I said this to Phil, I rolled 3 droid brains in a row. I actually wasn't even going to refresh it anymore. I don't feel like I need to refresh it anymore. But I got droid brains, so then I decided to refresh it. And then I got droid brains again, so I decided to and then I got droid brains again. And I got 3 droid brains in a row, and then doesn't even matter. Because droid brains or keypads, the same thing now. Which actually makes people better. Right? Like, it makes it a better event. So I don't give a shit. Fuck all of you all. Like, Paw Patrol is a great... Yes. So C-Squared, you popped in slightly later, I think. I was talking about the new brunch intro. Squared did the majority of the writing. I did the majority of the complaining, and Moonborn did the majority of the work. And it is supposed to be released next week, and I am excited for that. And as I said before you popped in, there is another exciting surprise next week that I will unveil next week to everybody. YouTube C-Squared seems to be having a little bit of an issue right now. I don't know why. YouTube itself is telling me that my stream is in excellent condition. I don't know why it is stuttering on YouTube. Everybody is saying that it seems to be working better on Twitch right now, which is kind of because, like, it means people have to, like, deal with it. But, I don't know what the issue is. I apologize. Man dying of thirst, watching another man drown is all I am seeing. Eggs, I hear you are temporarily in my guild. How do you have time to take on more? Are you referring to Ani's guild? Yes. How do I have time to take on more? I don't. I fucking don't. That was dropped on me yesterday, that I will be babysitting an account. Yeah, no, I know. And that's Ani's guild. User, I don't know what's going on. I don't want to talk about people when they're not here, but something came up in his life and he asked me to help him out until he can get back. And, so I am going, and I told him to the understanding that I literally can only log into the account from my PC. I can't log, from my phone. So I can only log into it when I'm at home. Now, the next 2 weeks is a really good time because I have more time at home. Because I can go to my PC right when I get home. But I am going to try and work with you guys a bit. And Ani's a very good friend, so I'm helping out. I don't have the time. My God. He was like, oh, I know, this can't be a full-time gig. I don't want this to be a full-time thing. And here I am making it a full-time thing. You make some interesting decisions. I wish, Shadow, because when I found out, I was like, oh, no. I have the time for this. I really don't. I really don't. Oh, let me hit this. Second breakfast. Have you heard of Elevensies? Brunches early. I start early because, and I've said this, I don't like to interfere with my day with my wife. And I mean, I generally want to start and end before she wakes up. Who's TOB? Pob? The old bitch? Yeah, Ani. I don't know. I guess maybe I need to get on your Discord right during that time or figure it out. Morning, Vlad. Let's do this faster. Gungans, maybe? Look at that R10 Jar Jar. I do what I have to, is what it comes down to. Speaking of doing what we have to, we are in week 1.5 of our charity game for the holidays, raising money for. We are right now at $650 raised through playing the game. At this point, it's hard to convince people to play the game because, well, we're a week and a half in and the guild is established and we're already in the top 5 guilds. However, literally just installing the game through the link on the Eggs channel is $6 to charity. Just saying. Oh, I don't know. I don't chat with troopers on break often. The only time I've had a discussion with him is during Rangers stream. During Rangers charity stream. Yeah, Adis, the last city player, the last city builder that we did last year, they had so many of these stupid little games, and Kazgul loved them. I was playing all morning that stupid tile game. And there's another pop-up. It's like little test tubes. And I was laughing. My wife recently downloaded a game onto her phone. And it was literally the stupid... and she's like, this is the greatest game in the world. I'm having so much fun playing it. Maz, because Maz is a... Did I see that Callich is making a podcast? I did. He actually reached out to me. And we had a chat about, like, about the podcast. About how to do it, how to run it, how to, like, handle putting it onto different mediums. I fully support it. It's very funny. He reached out to me and he's like, not to step on your toes. I was like, dude, first of all, you're one of my favorite people in the content creator community. I will help you out any day of the week. I probably will end up listening to, and I don't watch a lot of Swugga content. But he really is one of my favorite creators because he's just so honest and unique about his situations. And he's just an all-around nice guy. It feels good when Relic Delta is in your favor. Caracol, hold on, man. I gotta show you something. Look at this. Caracol. It came yesterday. The brand new last dab. Super, super, super excited about that. So excited. I paid $30 fucking for it. I don't know if it's worth it, but I am so pumped for it. No, I love that guy, man. He's a great guy. I am the guy. It's, I mean, even before making content, I didn't really watch a lot of Swugga content. Video content does not really resonate with me. I love podcasts. I listen to podcasts all the time in the car. I'd rather listen to a podcast than music. But now being a creator, it's really hard. You don't want to watch other people's content and then be influenced by them, you know, and then just be reductive. So it does make it very difficult. You want me to drink the fucking hot sauce? I might get wings tonight just to put it on there. Or like Chipotle. Even Domino's Pizza. Dude, the Domino's Pizza Frank's Red Hot sauce that they give you is like thicker, and it's one of my favorite sauces ever. And I will buy their plain ass chicken, and I will just scoop out the hot sauce, and I will use the last chicken as a vehicle, as like a spoon for the hot sauce to make sure I get every last. Just putting a dab of that in there to kick it up a notch. God damn, that'd be so good. Keblock, you might not know him. He's on the smaller side. He's on the newer side. He actually just started playing the game. He's just somebody who pops in and likes to chat on stream, and he's just a really all-around nice guy. And he has a great dog, Terrence. But Frank's Red Hot's not about the heat. Frank's Red Hot's about the taste, right? This shit. Ugh. That'll put some, oh fuck, that'll put some hair on the beard. Ugh. The game's content creator community has really picked up, and I was talking about Keblock, and I was telling him, you know, that there really is a really cool need, because he's a very likable guy, and he's new. So, like, there's a lot of, hey, you can, like, come up with things that are going to resonate with those new players. Oh, God. I did just take a sip of the hot sauce. It's very forward. It is a very forward hot sauce. It has a good taste to it, but it hits you right away. And it's fucking lingering. Oh, fuck. Phil. Oh, it's building. I don't like that. Oh, fuck. Phil, I was talking to Scribe about this 2 days ago. And he was talking about the bomb, the hot sauce. And a lot of sauces use like... Oh, fuck. This is hotter than that one chip challenge. They use like the ghost pepper extract, and it tastes like very metallic. And I don't like sauces that taste very metallic. I like a sauce that tastes really good, but is also really fucking hot. And when you eat a hot sauce alone, like I did, like I take that sip, it hurts your stomach because it's very vinegar based. And there's a lot of heat involved. Oh, God. But the taste itself. Oh, fuck. The taste itself is pretty solid. So if I had that with some wings, it'd be really... I need a tissue for my nose. The mistake of doing that was that I realized I had zero food in my stomach. So it's not going to be a fun next hour. But I have a protein bar now to hopefully help a little bit. Oh, God. Oh, no. What did Automod do? Let's find out. It doesn't say that there's an Automod queue. No, fuck that. I'd rather fucking die than have sour cream. Like, I would... Oh, the hot sauce is hot and my stomach is singing. My brain is a singing. My stomach is burning so good. C Squared and I, we play the old ditty when we play Borderlands, as we all should. My songs are not great, it is 8 in the morning. My accent, it is even worse. If I drink any more of this godforsaken hot sauce, I will end up in a hearse. How about that, C Squared? I buy the episode pass? I fucking do buy the episode pass. I said this on Reddit a few days ago. Back in the day, I played a lot of MMOs, and I remember walking to GameStop. It was about a mile to GameStop to buy time cards for Star Wars Galaxies. It was $15 a month to play 22 years ago. So the $20 a month I pay for the episode pass is really not much at all. Why the hot sauce? So I just took this sip of the hot sauce because I know Caracol loves hot sauce. Or he likes to do hot sauce streams, and I was joking with him about getting this hot sauce a few days ago. So I did it to show him that I'm better than him. But I just love hot sauce. I want my food to make me cry. When I get food, I want it to make me cry. I will go to places and I will tell them, like, hey, so there's a ramen place near us where they do ramen from a scale of 1 to 10. And I will always order a 10. And this happens every single time. The waiter will look at me and then will look at my wife. And my wife has had to literally say, yes, I know he's white. Yes, he will finish it. Just get him the ramen. Like, I like when my nose is dripping. And I like that, like, deep breathing and that having to slow down. I don't know why, but I'm a fan of it. So I have probably 30 or 40 hot sauces in my fridge. And most of them aren't good. Most of them are just ones that I find along the way. And they have stupid names like Butthole Surfer. And I go, oh, okay, this is fun. Let's try it. Dude. Shadow, I will literally, like... I will drive an hour. There is a wing place near my in-laws. I will drive an hour to this wing sauce. To this wing place. Because they're the only place that has wings that are hot enough for me. Why does the waitress need my wife's approval? I think what's going on is that they look at her and go, is he just trying to be a macho white guy who, like, isn't going to complain later? And they're just waiting for her to be like, no, no, he's fine. He will cry, but he will eat the whole thing and he'll be happy. I wish I had a fridge that was just sauces. The wave war. Who was asking about the wave war? Wave war. How did the wave war go? Okay, so wave war. Last week I did a wave war. We have a new guild member, who has told me literally off the bat. She's like, I am a TB whore. She schooled my ass. She like straight. Oh my god, my stomach is killing me right now. She like literally spanked me and was not kidding about being able to do literally every combat. Like even the ones that I have no reason or need to do. I have no reason or need to do geos. She can do it. I ended up with like 145 waves. I maybe dropped 3 or 4 that I normally wouldn't drop. So maybe I would have ended up around 150. She got like 170 waves. It was insane. God, I need to refill my water. My mouth, my throat, they're not hot anymore, but I just need to get shit into my stomach. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Stomach. Ow. Oh, fuck. God damn. That was stupid to do on Anemic. Really fucking stupid. All right. Datacrons. I got one. The amount of fucking battles I did in Sector 1, and I got one fucking Datacron. Alright, at least it's not a bad one. It's always the fucking healers. I've gotten so many goddamn healer ones. This Spanksy as well, so I leveled that up. Is there anything else that I should do? Two full sip, dude. Am I gonna do users GAC? Probably. Almost definitely. I feel like he'd be mad at me if I didn't. Oh, fuck. I feel like I need to, like, squat. Whew. All of them at once, because there's no difference. I promise you there's no difference. We have run so many simulations. We have run so many scenarios. Yeah, but why do you think he's as high in K2 as he is? Because I plan all of his GACs anyway. So I might as well just do them while he's gone. Did I do this yet? Yeah, I did. Could he try? No, he's a smart guy. I think he would do fine without me. All right. Guys, I am going to take a quick bathroom break. Because goddamn. And then we are going to do our reviews. Don't do hot sauce on an empty stomach because, oh, fuck. Fuck my life. And then reviews.
Roster reviews. Egnards is having a break and taking a roster reviews. Talking to me that what pack sex should sell to you. Ooh, to you. To you.
Oh, God. All right. Caracol, fuck you, man. Like, at night, doing that, fine. Stuff in my stomach, it doesn't burn the stomach, but that is not... that is not a feeling I enjoy. The mouth, I enjoy. The feel... fuck. Oh, boy. Hugsy, I think. Hugs, where? Let's see. I know somebody said something. I want to about it. Someone said, how can you say the game takes too long, right? And how can you say the game takes too long, it's too much of a chore, and take on another account? I will never take on another account permanently. It'll never happen. I can't do it. The game does take too long. But here's the reality. I'm not babysitting an account. It was somebody. I saw your name. It was somebody else who said it then. Yup, constantly. Twitch is fine. You got to put in the effort. Eggs first ulcer, and we're all here to witness it. Who said it? Oh, Ater. How can you say it takes too much time, then play an extra account? I am doing it on the basis of only from my PC, keeping it just up to date, not to the same extent that I would run my account. And the reality is, I'm getting paid to do it. That's the reality. I'm not doing it for free. I'm not babysitting an account for free. That amount is between me and that person. And look, I do brunch and I do content because I enjoy doing content. It's fun to me. But yes, having someone say, hey, I value your time and I want to pay you to do this thing. And if it's worth it, I'm going to do it. Why? Because I have a very big mortgage for a very small house, and I'd like to pay off that mortgage. And we could get existential. I'd prefer not to get existential during brunch because I'm sober. So maybe tonight during GAC, we'll get existential, right? So we have a bunch of reviews. We're going to see what we can get through today. Right. Callich, I don't know if you're here. I know you were looking to be, and you were trying to like get your break to be around it. I'll tag you on Discord if you're not there. Let's pull you up. There we go. But that's the answer, right? Did I take my meds? I don't have any more Octar to get my super crazy vitamin D right now. I know you can take regular vitamin D, but this is like a very specific one. They're in minutes. Let's see. Yeah, well, we're going to try to get through both of you before that. Tab 20 Fleet, Executor Profundity. I get rank 1 if I'm not busy. We are coordinating assault battles. CT3, 3 of them. CT2, next R9 Poncho. Peridia, T2. All right. I mean, that's fine with assault battles. What am I working on? Jedi Knight Revan for my Jedi team in GAC. Elsewhere. More Zeta now after the last for Jedi Knight Calcestis. That team is done. Radar, Tarkin, Hondo, Nest Solo. Guild won't push next box, so you're where you need to be. Perfect. Peridia Patrol. Leia, waiting for R2 tokens, January 27th. Not dead set on my current farms. Just raid to 2.5 is non-negotiable, but not going towards the next box. Efficiency is greater than fun. No favorites. Quadme is coming around September of next year. God damn, that's a long time. Fury, Malgus next March. Riva unlocked in late May. Guild requires me to have Inquisitors built when I unlocked her. Not complaining. I'm getting gold crate. Oh, an Inquisitor 0. I'm getting Gold Crate in Conquest. I'm looking to get the SK, Queemer, Spidey Mall team running by the time I get the first mall event after the era level 1. Okay. Hidden ad breaks. I don't know if I can expand it. Yes, Ani, that's basically exactly what's assuming to be happening. Which team should I upgrade for Relic Delta? Which should I leave behind? Are there any Zetas I should apply ASAP? The only ones on my mind for the teams I built are Jedi Knight Revan and Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, missing one. My long-term plan after Leia is to finish up Assault Battles and get the premium non-GL teams, BKM, Balin, GM, SK, Afro, Riva, Malicos, Quad May. While I deemed Leia and Jabba more important, where do Glatt and PK Hondo slot in now that they get more resource events? That is a lot of stuff to ask. I'm going to say your account, first of all, is probably somewhere around 7 to 8 million. We're going to find out in a second. One, here we go. 6 million. All right. I mean, this is really nice, million, honestly, where you are right now. Raid history, you're doing 1.35. How has Relic Delta affected your raid is the interesting point, because it has affected it for a lot of people in a very positive way. Right, and we were to say like Order 66, Tarkin. How far are you going with Tarkin? Because I feel like he can do the 600K. Or Callich. All right, I thought somebody else was. They said I'm here, but then I didn't. Tarkin is 600. All right. So Tarkin is 600. So then I'm a little confused. Did you just not have time on this raid and you did 750? Non-negotiable. Because Hondo, this is set 600. Enfys is 300. So that's 900,000 right there. By February. No, we don't want to go for Scorch. Hondo's, you're doing Hondo 450K. So stand then, like, it score, right? If we're calculating this in my head correctly, is Hondo's 450, Enfys is 300, plus 600. It's 1,350 plus 1,000. It seems like you can already do 2.5 million. It doesn't seem like you have a need to go any further if 2.5 million is the goal that your guild needs you to do right now. Because Hondo's 450, Jedi. So is that the plan, or is that what it made it sound like that was what you were doing? Got it. Jedi can't do it yet. All right. Everyone else can. And Hondo can't yet. All right. Well, Hondo should be able to do that once you get him started up. Where's KB? I would probably, especially because if your goal is to go after some of the offhand stuff, I think I would then, it seems like Kelleran Beck is the de facto smart thing to be working on for that, right? Is if you get Kelleran Beck to 7 for BKM and then the others to R5. No, I mean, you're going to need to relic him too. But I just mean like you should be fine overall. Like, it's not going to be hard. Do you know what I mean? Like Hondo's a lot closer than you realize. But yeah, there's a stat multiplier on stars, right? So it's not just that. It's not just that that getting to the relic level with Hondo's enough. Getting the stat multiplier from the stars is going to be a big boon there as well. I really should look at the see. When is his quest chain? His quest chain is starting for Keller and Beck. So that's good because Keller and Beck is something that you're going to get with, right? So your goal is February. Keller and Beck, that'll get you to relics with him. And then I would take Beck to 7. Because that's going to give you the Zetas as well for Beck, so you'll just need the relic material, and he's kind of the vehicle that really makes the Jedi team tolerable to do. And then doing Hondo there as well should put you in the position that you need for the raid. Just going to leave that open. Who should you raise for Relic Delta? Man, this is such a loaded question. And I've been asked it a lot lately. Don't even have Treya unlocked. That's interesting. Jabba. Nike. Egnards, just do it. That's what we need to do, is get sued. Mace, I hate my mace, the fucking new mace. Here, okay, listen, here is my opinion on Relic Delta and on what should get lifted. You are a heavy whale. Unless you spend a ton of money on the game. And I doubt that you do. Your relic, and especially if you're not in the end game. If you're in the end game, you want to be proactive. If you're in the mid game, you want to be reactive. So what that means is, don't spend needless things trying to protect yourself from Relic Delta when you're not sure what is going to affect you in Relic Delta. That's basically, like, that is the important thing that I think that at your level you should be considering. Is you should be playing GAC and playing your matches and doing your counters. And when you lose to a team that you shouldn't lose to, and you're like, wow, I lost this match, that is when you bring up those relic levels. Now, at my level, at 14 million, I don't have a million other projects going on. My only project is protect myself from Relic Delta. So I'm going to be proactive, and I'm going to do things like bringing my Treya team to Relic 7. I'm going to do things like bring my pirates to Relic 9. I'm going to do things to make sure I make it harder for everybody else in GAC. But I think because you have so many other projects that need to happen, it makes a lot more sense to work on those projects and then just pay attention to where the needs are as they come up. Because the reality is, where you are, you know, in GAC is very different than where I am in GAC. And I'm facing all these crazy R9 teams, and you're not facing those same crazy R9 teams. So that is what I would say when it comes to Relic Delta. As Zetas are also a hard question, because you like this, you have to like really look at things. Keller and Beck, you'll have his. that's a non-issue. You'll get that from the Lightspeed bundle. You don't have doing R9 ponchos. Yeah. I mean, obviously you said, right, he's a 3, so you want to finish that. Interesting. Hold on. I mean, Chewbacca, have Han. I would definitely do Chupio's Zeta. Chewbacca's other one is more of a luxury for right now. I love Watsi, so like it's not really a necessary thing right now. Okay, so you're waiting on it. Chupio, you mean, not Chewbacca, but I'm talking about Chupio, but this one is, but you can get it through the Rebels, I'm assuming, the Rebel Lightspeed token if you want to. Don't really have a Darth Revan team yet. Honestly, man, other than like Chupio's, like I think that you're still in a point of the game where it's about that. Like I can do a full Zeta breakdown for you, but that's not like a 10 to 15 minute online review thing. Like that's something that I sit down and I like take in a whole roster, and it's a pain in the ass to do. Because it's very hard to just look and go down a list, even when I use this tool, or not this tool, because then I have to like cross-reference it against your teams as well. Long-term plan is Leia. I think when it comes to the assault battles, the majority of your assault battles are at least CT2. And that's really the most important part of doing assault battles, is getting them to CT2. Now, a lot of them you can get to CT3 fairly easily after that, which makes it worth doing. But I don't think you need to like really prioritize them any further because of where you're at right now. And you can kind of pick them up along the way as you work on other things. I know with the Inquisitors, you're probably going to have the Inquisitors from the Lightspeed bundles for those, or the Lightspeed tokens, which come around in January, I think. Yeah, in January. So that gives you that team. You don't really have to worry too much about that other than building up their relic levels. Have Executor. I rank 1 if I'm not busy. We are coordinating. Okay. Profundity is not terribly far. Leia's also not terribly far. Listen, I think that at where you are in the game, Leia is a great option, right? And I say this with, there's so many people that come to me for reviews at your specific section of the game. And there's a lot of Lightspeed tokens coming out right now. And you can go through those and decide which ones you want to do through tokens and which ones you want to do not through tokens. That overall, you want to go for Leia. You want to go for Profundity. I know you get first. The whole point of getting Profundity now is slightly future-proof yourself, but also that you don't have to star it up so that you can like let it rest while you're not fully. Right? That's super, super, super important. Both of those things are super important. After that, BKM's a great team if your guild is going for it. I don't know where she stands now because she's not as great a Lord Vader counter. Balin is a team that I really like. I don't really know if it's a priority team. If you're planning on getting the Quimir team, SK is going to be a priority for you. I think Starkiller and Quimir are going to be pretty decent even without Spider Maul. So if you are gold crating and you're going to get the Stranger in the like 5 to 6 month time frame, you know, you want to consider going for SK. Afra, I don't think is a priority. That might change with IG90, but we don't know. We can't see that right now, and I imagine you're not going full out on these eras at this point. Quad May, you've got so long, May, which sucks. But especially with you going for Jedi Knight Revan and Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, I think it just makes sense, like, sphere of Leia, Profundity, and Jedi Master Luke, because there's a lot of overlap in this square over here. And I think that doing that and building out all of that overlap is one of the smartest things that a player can do. With tokens, you know, while getting your Inquisitors, because the tokens will be coming out during that time. While depending on the Empire tokens, maybe using that on, you know, one of the characters. I don't know if that one already came out or not because I don't track this. That is not out yet, right? That's in January as well. You have Mara Jade, Papa Palp. Papa Palp already has them. Maybe with that token, that token that is just the token that is just Empire. I'm assuming the clones will not be eligible for that. So maybe using that on somebody like Thrawn, it'll get you a bunch of Zetas for him and get him for the journeys that he's part of. But I think that staying in this area, this ecosystem, Leia first, Profundity, then Jedi Master Luke is smart afterwards, because you're working on Keller and Beck, right, for the raid. You're working on Hondo for the raid. You have a lot of time on Proving Grounds for a lot of these characters. Definitely be reactive when it comes to worrying about Relic Journey. Oh, fuck. Thrawn is a journey character. You're right. Use that on then. See, these are why you need mid-game content creators, like Callich, because they can think about these things that I can't think about. Probably Veers or Royal Guard. I have a sneaking suspicion that Royal Guard will end up being used in our new Empire team. Ah, there he is. This is why these people are important, because they're playing that section of the game right now that I'm not playing and haven't played for a very long time. I don't think I would worry about the small right now. I think that you're in GL acquisition, and quite honestly, if Fury Class and Malgus are next March, I would be working on Profundity. I'd be working on Leia. I'd be working on JML, and then I'd be going right into Leviathan just to make your life easier. And it'll give you time to work on the other things. I don't worry so much about assault battles right now. You have assault battles where they need to be. Hondo. Let's see. Oh, March 2027. Okay, no, then I read that wrong. Oh, you said next March, but next March is technically 2026. Right? So, I that's why. Glot or Hondo? Are we about equal from each of them? 23, 23. I would go after Glat first because there are the tokens towards this to kind of build up some of those characters. And it will help you with that goal of assault battles without having to focus on assault battles, right? So this is what I mean when I say like using the stuff around you to build out the rest of the... And her new event is just so goddamn nice. Event. But I think with the things coming out and with the assault battle push, that it does make maybe a little bit more sense to go for Glat as a longer term, smaller farm thing. And just remember, gearing is becoming a lot easier, so a lot of this stuff may end quicker than it used to be. My God. It was a long review because the first half of it was very hard to concentrate. I think my stomach is back to normal now, though. You are all welcome. I don't know. Do you have any other questions? Leia, Profundity, JML, then 1 to 2 good journey teams. So keep in mind, when you're doing those 1 to 2 good journey teams, Star Killer is going to be the one that makes the most sense for you. And Inquisitors, I know the Lightspeed tokens are going to get you to Relic 1 or whatever it is, but you're still going to have to build them up at that point. So I would consider that your second journey team. All right. Sorry it was as long as it did, because those first 10 minutes were scattered. They were all over the place while I was focusing my brain on not crying, because I didn't want to cry. Ni, I don't know if you are still here. I hope you're still here. I know you have to work. Just pop that in. But we have yours coming up. I'm getting like no Zetas, which kind of sucks. Let's say 126, 120. All right, let's see knees. I was free to play up until the OG Lightspeed bundles came. Got those and some others along the way. Most recent was the JMK Lightspeed bundle. I co-manage the Fleet Shard, usually getting somewhere in the top 5, depending on time. Currently got 6-star Leviathan. There are a series of 7-star ones. Everything is CT3 except for Peridia. They are just R7. You know my feelings on that. Peridia, Coven of Shadows, the first tier with Sabine to gear her for the second one, but don't have Glat yet. I think getting Sabine to the second one is nice for that event, because then you can focus everything else. You kind of build up those shards. We don't know the R9 stuff. You know, well, we do. We've seen them. Smugglers Run 3, like, Smugglers Run 3 is not done. I think that they're different rewards lands, right? As relic materials versus R9 materials. It depends on where you are in the game, I think, how much you need either one. I need Honda. I need mods more than I need relic materials, personally. But that's not going to be the same for everybody. Getting JMK to relics and getting the ultimate G12 and Zetas apply at a time of posting. As soon as that is done and the pirates are all 7-star for relic requirement purposes, GL Pico is going to be next. Already smelling the profit. Thinking of using Lightspeed tokens to help with the Glat farm. Still need to take several Conquest Journey Guide characters to relics. As a former officer, did some tunes solely for operations, and I'm open to doing more. I'm the same way. In factor, an auto is the driver at the wheel. Time is a scarce resource. To be fair, care mostly about TB, 34 so far, and Raid just got 3.1 million today. Guild soon to reach the 245 box. Having significant score increases as farms finish, and also as an RD consequence. Other things in-game are just for income generation, account building. Kairos seem to be manageable, suddenly hitting 12 million. Some of the G12 finishers and the relic mats are true gates now. Mods need work, especially out of top. You would prefer to go voice, regularly watch the brunch stream. Worst case, I'll join a few minutes later due to lunch in my time zone, or you may have to leave a few minutes before you end. If it happens to be working that Sunday, will be the case. All right, so yeah, Ni is working right now, because I know he was here earlier. We happen to know he's already 12 million. There's no reason to guess. You know, when we talk about a review, it's hard to review a 12 million account because there's not much that a 12 million account can go for. Hondo's almost done, so you finish Hondo, right? Afra's not done. Jabba. So you really only have Hondo, Afra, and Jabba. I mean, so you go for Hondo. Where is this? Honda, Ahsoka, and Afra, rather. We're going to finish up Sabine, right? So that we can get both tiers. So that General Syndulla and Hu Yang, if you haven't already spoken for those Lightspeed tokens. If you have spoken for those Lightspeed tokens, and it's for these guys, I would definitely be going for Ahsoka next. So last review, we were talking about like the idea of Relic Delta and being reactive. And in your case, we can be slightly more proactive because you're kind of towards the end. I think I would definitely focus all of my GLs to Relic 8 as a bare minimum for Relic Delta purposes. Kylo Ren first. Lord Vader next. JML, and then Sith Eternal. I would definitely bring Bane at least to R8. Oh, there you are. Walk into work. It is for those guys. Okay. At least to R8 with Bane. My Treya team, they took Treya and Savage to Relic 7. They found that against an R9 quad May, my Relic 5 Treya was not killing the summon quick enough. I wasn't dying, but I couldn't kill the summon quick enough without Annihilate, and if I used Annihilate, it was a waste of my Annihilate. So I actually brought Treya and Savage up to Relic 7 for countering that. Relic 3 is very low, especially in a Relic Delta world. But other, I would be reactive. You know, other than the ones that I've kind of isolated. Afra's the wild card because Afra looks like she's going to be really, really good after Ig 90 comes out, but we don't know when you're going to really have a usable Ig 90, and we don't actually know if, you know, Ig 90 is going to make her super usable. It looks like he is. So I definitely focus on those 2 GL journeys. But other than that, you're looking at, you know, getting your GLs to R8. Pretty is only R7, which annoys me, but, you know, to each their own. My Bo-Katan team is one that I've been personally thinking about taking to R9 because I feel like it's going to help me in GAC, but also Mandalore is always a multi-day planet. Your guild is a little behind mine, though, so you might not really have to do that yet. You're only doing 3.1 in the raid, though, which is insane to me. How are you only doing 3.1 in the raid? Are you going to bring I mean, you only have 1 more level for Tarkin. I definitely bring Tarkin. I definitely bring Tarkin up to kind of like just bounce your score. Those 2 alone are 3.6 million. And you only have 1 more relic level to do, and it'll materially help your guild when it comes to their goal to hit that 245 box. Fuck Jedi Master Mace Windu. I don't give a shit about him. I think, I don't know what else to tell you, man. I think you've graduated past the point of needing a review. You're waiting on match for it. Okay. Right? Like, bring Tarkin to R9, do Hondo, finish him up because you're right there, finish Ahsoka, bring the rest of your GLs to at least R8, bring Bane to R8. I would minimum bring my Treya team to R5, but, you know, I would definitely bring Treya and Savage to R7 because they are the ones that you really, really, really need to survive, and you need Savage doing enough damage that he is needed for counting in the battles that he needs to counter. But is there anything like specific that you need from me? Because I feel kind of useless in this specific instance. Not being able to offer you stuff. That's why my JM, yeah, I know your JMK is not there yet, right? But it's all part of their plan, right? Is to have you in these bottlenecks. And I have found, somebody said this earlier, I don't remember who it was because it was a while ago, is they said that at 12 million, their goal is to build up the bottom of their roster and work through the relics. And that's kind of been my plan too. I've noticed that there's different degrees of bottleneck, and in my Relic 8 and GK material have been very low. So I want to focus on bringing my characters to Relic 7 because I don't need Zinbiddles or Electrium Conductors anymore, but I do need flawed signal data. So I'm also first focusing on bringing up the very low end of my roster to like Relic 4 and using the gray signal data and the green signal data so that I can build out each level of thing that needs to be done. Zetas are something that I have. Hold on. Give me a second. Pop here, pop there. Zetas, when people want me to do like a Zeta plan, this is basically me talking in these products, which I recently set up. And some people just do it through Venmo, but like that's me like sitting there, and I have had to in the past to just build a spreadsheet for people and actually go through their teams. And it takes an hour or two for me to go through the teams, see what their useful teams are right now, walk through those teams, figure out which ones are most important, which ones are luxuries, which ones are, you know, pretty good to have, but they're not necessary to have, what teams are coming up, need to save Zetas for these teams so that we can get them right away. It is a very long process. You know, off the top of my head, looking at Zetas, you know, we can look at this, but it's not always the best indicator because, again, I have to go through and I have to check and I have to see what your stuff is versus what other people's stuff is. Star Killer's basic, you can probably get away with not having off the beat, like right off the bat. I mean, I would never take Star Killer into battle without Zetas, but it seems like you can get away with it right now. I do need a dose of D. Dark Ray. See, there you go. And I usually, every time people want to buy it, I tell them, no, you don't need me. I'm a terrible businessman. This Zeta has not been as fruitful for me as I think we all were hoping in the beginning. Oh my god. If while I was a leader slot, shock one enemy. Man, you are in the biggest. Have you been like burning a lot of energy during these bonus drops to get Zetas? Because I'm looking at these characters and I'm like, how do you not have them? Me, I fully and 100% understand that. And that is why when people come to me, I push them away. Michael has been trying to send me money for the last month, and I keep telling him, you have a 12 to 13 million account. You don't need me. Stop trying to send me money. This target is stunned for one turn. This is a really important Zeta on for Ezra, because then you can't because he's exiled from the beginning of battle, and then you can't assist against him. The world would be so much easier if you could assist against Ezra. I would definitely prioritize that Zeta. The next enemy, you're not going to really hit those. I would definitely buy that one. Yeah. I know. You may want to use them up just on Zeta acquisition, not even new characters. Just like, oh, this character has 2 Zetas, this character has 1 Zeta. Just to make your life easier. I'm telling you that at 14.5 million, I'll gladly talk to you about your roster, but there's very little that I can do for you. Quite honestly, and I sincerely mean this, you know, when talking about my time and doing roster reviews online for free through this right now. These are like 10, 15-minute things. I'm very quickly looking at a roster. I'm very quickly looking at what is in a roster and what we can do to help that roster in very short terms. People who, you know, hire me for one-on-one time, again, I generally tell them that they don't need me, but those that insist on buying that time, and the majority of those people have been through Venmo so far. The buy me a beer thing is pretty new. There's things that I can do when we talk about Zetas, when we talk about when we talk about how to focus farming. But I think at 14.5 million, you figured your shit out, right? Like, if you figured your shit out, why do you need somebody else to tell you what that shit is? It's just throwing money down the drain. I will happily take it, but it's throwing money down the drain. So Ni, you know, Ezra Zeta, I would, hands down, I would prioritize that very strongly. I don't like that you don't have Gungan. That annoys me. But at the same time, you have Hondo coming up. That's speaking for all of your upcoming Zetas. All GL should have all of their Zetas. The only GL that doesn't need all of his Zetas, and I know, is C's tank Zeta, because you almost never even use him with a tank. I don't want to be called out for being racist, but Grasshopper has done well since the April review. Must leave dojo and wander the world. I think I can get away with it because I do teach martial arts. And it is a callback to tons and tons and tons of martial arts movies. But if I do get canceled for that, it was nice. It was nice knowing you all. Please post on Reddit about how I'm an awful, awful person. But Ni, man, look, I think you're good. There's not too much I can give you at this point. JMO, what it even is, all Zetas, Abominable Blast. The attack will critically hit if able and can't be countered. I mean, yeah, it's not a great one. It's not a great Zeta. I'm still gonna give it to him because it has a use. The only one that, like, I can think off the top of my head that literally does not have a single use is the C one, because you never use him with a tank. But that's what I mean, Hugsy, right? There's a difference between having a Zeta that is and having a Zeta that quite literally does nothing for you. Ability block can be useful. It can be very useful. You know, is it the most amazing thing in the world? No. But can it be very useful? Absolutely can be. Is it niche? Yes. Have you won ones before that specifically as that Zeta? I don't know. And you don't know either. Am I going to say it's a highly necessary, right off the bat, needs to happen right now Zeta? No. But I think that all GL need love. Okay. Let's see. Let's try to do one more, because we're gonna be doing a stream later, and because I kind of hear my wife waking up upstairs, and I do before she leaves. So let's try to do one more now. Let's see. Sev988, who did not provide me with their .gg, but I know how to find it. It's easy. Well, you know, the interesting thing is, Shara, is when people are at the high end and they want to talk to me, it's less about your roster in general And it's more about best practices and understanding the game dynamics and developing a plan to fix things. So in your case, it would probably be developing a plan to fix mods. But at the same time, why pay me $50 when you can go look at my mod filtering guide and you can go look at my mod downline guide? And that's the advice I'm going to give you. So go do that for free and I'll get 40 cents from ads, right? Like it makes more sense to do that. Seat 8. Mostly focused on GAC, but will do things for the guild and Raider TB. Been trying to be efficient with Relic Delta, not sure how efficient I can be. AB, all but one, at least CT2, a couple CT3. This is so much information. 2 new ones are 7, wonderful. Fleet, I sit between 15, mix of fleets. Leviathan is starting to show up. In the background again. I keep flip-flopping on what to work on, pushing relics up, aka bad choices, and doing new bad batch. I'm going to fucking tell you, I love my new bad batch team. I fucking love my new bad batch team. I love them so damn much. They are not a mistake, especially in 5s. In 3s, they kind of suck. Or get profundity, or work on GR and that fleet. I want to get BKM soon, waiting on some LST last shards for one of Leviathan. Starting to unlock Proving Grounds characters also. Open to suggestion, not spending any more on this game. Account is about 2.5 years old. I'm going to say about 7 million. 6.5, so right on the nose. Are a bug that was told by multiple people that Phoenix will no longer be able to counter Inquisitor after Relic Delta, but my R7 C-Rex and low-level Relic Phoenix beating. I am telling you that I am pretty sure that Delta is currently bugged. And the problem is that a lot of the reports of it, there is no video footage of. I was watching, as an example, User do his GAC 2 weeks ago. And his Relic 5 Treya team with no Talon Omicron. He used Talon AoE on a Relic 9 Master Qui-Gon Jinn with full health. And it exploded the Relic 9 Master Qui-Gon Jinn. And it blew up with the AoE, the Relic 8 Keller and Beck. That does not happen. This is before Attacker Crons. This was just with a... That does not happen. It did not happen before Relic Delta. And he should have been at a huge disadvantage. I'm telling you that Relic Delta is bugged. I watched yesterday in my GAC against a Luthen team with a Relic 5 Luthen summon at the very beginning of the level. The Relic 5 Luthen summon one-tapped my Maul. And I know Maul is not the greatest counter there. It's like a 50% counter. But I didn't have many options at that point. Literally one-tapped my Maul with his opening shot. We are seeing some weird shit. Now back to the review, though. 6.5 million. Moving on higher. 1, 2, 3. Let's check out these ships. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not going to kill all punch-ups. But that's why I think you need to be in a lot of ways when it comes to Relic Delta. So that you're not relicking things that do not need to be relicked. Though at the same time, you know, it might help you overall in the future. You have Executor, just Executor. You're going to get Malgus and Fury class in 7 months. As of right now, you are not a free-to-play player, but you are a born-again free-to-play. We'll see. We'll see how long that lasts, though, right? Queen, it was my summon decoy and Queen Panway kept dying upon being summoned. It was frustrating but comical. Made OGNS beat R8 PK. I love it. I honestly love it. I really do. I love my R8 NS team. 780. We have Leia. Where else are we with this stuff? Okay. Bo-Katan. You're very close to Bo-Katan. You could do that super easily. And a Keller and Beck Lightspeed bundle's coming up. as the people on stream have pointed out to me. So that's going to make Keller and Beck a lot easier to get Bo-Katan when that happens. I think this is going to be an easy one, man. And I feel bad. I always feel bad when it's a super easy review because people like to hear me talk about their. But I think that right now you need to finish up the square. You have Jabba, you have Jedi Master. You need to finish up Profundity. You have Jabba, you have Leia. You need to finish up Profundity. You need to finish up Jedi Master Luke. Get those two things done. You said that you will have Leviathan. You'll be Leviathan. Not Leviathan ready, but you'll have the hard parts of Leviathan farm in about 7 months. So if you finish Profundity and JML now, and you finish Bo-Katan, because Bo-Katan in January is the Keller and Beck Lightspeed bundle, so you'll be in the right position for that. Profundity, JML, Bo-Katan, and then go hard as hell towards Leviathan. That's your answer right now. Don't worry about relicking for Relic Delta. I don't think it's important, but again, at your level of the game, be reactive. Don't be proactive about it, because then you're making mistakes and you're wasting your relic materials. But there's nothing else you need to do right now. Profundity, JML, Bo-Katan, because you're right there. And then start working on Leviathan once those journeys unlock for those characters. And you will be in a fairly good position at that point. Morning, Wep. I like that stream element, Streamlabs. It shows me when it like tells you that you're a member and doesn't just like tell you that you're a random person. Nice. But I think that's it, right? Like super easy, super fast review because you don't need anything else past that. But just don't worry too much about Relic Delta because you will get there when you need to, and you'll do what you need to do when you need to do it. More right now, you need to focus about acquisition. I will say to everybody that this is a tough time. I know that some of you, like Daniel, you're getting hit out of you right now, and it's really frustrating. And I agree with you, and it sucked that CG like really handled this entire update cycle in a very poor way. I do think that a year from now, there will be a lot of positive from this, but it was handled in a very, very negative way. And I know that some of you feel like, hey, I'm on the verge of quitting and I hate losing. You are in right now a minor setback and a minor little spanking while the systems correct themselves. Hang in there through that spanking. Stay in the game. Do what you got to. Don't spend. If you don't want to spend, if you're not happy with the game, don't spend. That's completely fine. Hang in there. I do think it'll get better. I am an optimistic person by nature, but in this game, I am typically focused on how the game works, and I'm typically focused on based on the conversations are happening. We are bothering CG a lot about this stuff. Just hang in, do what you got to do. I do think that by the next era, we will see some significant changes to Coliseum that will change and make it marginally better. I think that we will see some changes to the era to make that marginally better. I don't know if we're going to see changes to Relic Delta other than there being a bug fix. Now, I don't know if they've isolated a bug. I can't even confirm that they're technically as of right now, nothing has been said in that regard, but I am almost positive that there is something wrong with Relic Delta. I am at Fatal is on board with that, and he is one of the smartest content creators that I know, and he gets into the nitty-gritty of GAC and the kits. So if I have someone like him talking about it, but hang in there. It's going to get a little bit better. Right? It will. I promise I'm here for you. Daddy Egnards is here. Daddy Egnards will sit around Discord. Daddy Egnards spent way too much time on Discord last year and wrote 65,000 pages, 6,000 of which were to Fat Phil alone. With all of that said, next week, next brunch, we should have a brand new brunch show brought to you by Moonborn, C Squared, and myself. Super, super, super excited about that. I have another surprise brought to you by Nomad Jace, who is in one of my favorite guilds. He's a good, actually, both drove 2 hours each and met up for beers last year in Connecticut and had a good time. He's a really nice guy. He's a guild leader. Brought to you by him, one of my guild members. I don't want to say what it is, but they kind of work together, to come up with this really cool surprise that I have at the house, but we're going to unveil it next week. Phil needs to R10 his Wampa. I know he needs to do it. He refuses to do it. I would love nothing more than to drop $300 fucking on 10 my Wampa just for, but I got a mortgage to pay. Tonight we are probably going to do a GAC stream. I don't know what time. I don't know if it'll be right after GAC starts. I don't know if it'll be later in the night. But we're probably going to do something because, again, I'm going to be alone. I'm going to be bored. There is the Broncos game on, so I might wait till the Broncos game is over. Scribe did R10 Wampa? Yeah. Damn, man. Then I don't even need to do Wampa anymore if he's already embarrassed him. Damn. But either way, let's see what's going on Twitch. We'll probably head out, raid out, depending on who's online. I see Berm. Berm is online. We love Berm. If you're on YouTube and you're not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. An account compare of what? Of who? Of yours? I don't know what your account is. I can run one on Discord. Hit me up after the stream. I can, if you don't have the access to run a compare. I almost typed raid into his channel like a dumb. Raiding the berm. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.